Welcome to POUSE Around the House. In this video I'm going to show you how to fit a Hozelock reel and hose to the wall, and I'll show you how to fit all the plastic parts to the hose. So here's my Hozelock reel, and these are fairly standard in design. You've got this black section on the back, and this slots into the metal bracket which we fixed to the wall. You'll see the hose itself is fixed to a connector inside the reel, then you'll see the other side of the connector here, and this needs to fit to another section of hose which we'll create later. So this may sound obvious, but this reel needs to be fitted near an outside tap. And now onto the fixings. Now this particular hose came with all the plugs and screws. Now you can use your own if you want to, but on this occasion I'm actually going to use them and give them a go. So for this plug it says to do a 38mm deep hole, and you do it with a 7mm diameter drill bit. There's also another part to this kit that supports the hose pipe, but for that we need to do 53mm deep holes. They're for the longer screws, but we'll come to that a bit later in the video. On this occasion I'm going to use my SDS drill, and we use it on the rotary hammer setting, and for the hole a 7mm SDS drill bit. Now I place the metal bracket back over the hose reel, I position it roughly where I want it on the wall, then holding onto the metal bracket I pull the hose reel away, then lining up my drill bit with the hole, I remove the bracket and start to drill. Now as long as your hole is deeper than the length of the screw, then it's not really a problem, but if you want more details on how to accurately drill to a certain depth, you can watch my other video on how to use wall plugs, and I'll put a link to that on the screen now. Once the hole is drilled deep enough, I take my wall plug, push it in by hand, and then tap it into place using the hammer. I place the screw through the bracket and into the wall plug, and then using my screwdriver I tighten up. One strange thing is they're actually a flathead screw. Now my dad bought me this for my birthday, and always wanted to pick up a bargain. I'm wondering if he's bought it off someone that's had it hanging around for the last 10 years. If you got a hose pipe, did you have flathead screws or crosshead screws? Let me know in the comments section below. Now if it wasn't for the flathead screws, I would have used an impact driver, which would have been a bit quicker. So I don't tighten it right up, and this allows the bracket to swivel. I can then use a spirit level to hold this in place to mark the other hole. To do this, I just use a slightly narrower masonry drill bit, placing it through the hole and marking on the paintwork. Then I just repeat the process. Now at this point in the video, I'm going to ask you for a huge favour. Over 70% of people that come to my channel and view my videos don't like or subscribe, but they're happy to take the free advice. So please would you help me out and subscribe to my channel, press that bell icon which will give you regular notifications of all my future videos, and equally as important, if you are enjoying this particular video, could you please give it a big thumbs up? Thank you. When I tighten up the screws, I go around bit by bit just to make sure they're tightened up evenly. In my particular case I got a pebble dash wall, so it's a bit uneven, and tightening up one screw fully before the other may pull the bracket in at an angle. If your wall is flat, then this shouldn't really be an issue. The other option is to chip away a bit of the pebble dash behind the bracket just to flatten it out a bit. So with the bracket securely fixed to the wall, I place the reel inside the bracket, then begin to wind on the hose. And this is because in my case the reel came as a kit and it wasn't actually attached to the hose when supplied in the box. So I just feed this on by holding the hose in one hand and turning the handle in the other. So with this kit we get this plastic bracket, and this is for the hose to go through to avoid it snagging when in use. Now with this bracket it can be positioned flat on the wall like this, or you can place it over the corner of the wall, and this just stops the hose pipe catching on the corner if you drag it around the bend. Now if you look at the instructions, it does state to set it at a certain distance from the hose, but due to my situation and where I need to put it, I have actually positioned it slightly closer to the hose than the instructions suggest, but in my situation it's not really an issue. So just as with the hose reel, I position the bracket where I want it on the wall, I mark out through the holes using a small drill bit, and then I go through with my SDS drill, wall plugs and screws. I can't remember, did I mention to like and subscribe? Thanks very much. Another thing to mention is I'll put links to all the products and tools used in this video in the description section below, along with links of other relevant videos such as how to use wall plugs. So with that all fixed to the wall, we now need to connect a length of hose pipe from the tap to the hose reel. And to do this I like to use secateurs, as they're nice and sharp and give a really good clean cut. You may or may not have these fittings in your hose pipe kit. Now if you don't, you can buy a bag like this, and I'll put a link to this in the description section below. So we got a few connectors in the bag. Now first of all we got this one, which is just a standard connector to go over the end of the hose. Then we got the Aquastock connector, which is coloured red. Now this is for the end of the hose where we attach an accessory like a spray gun, and when you move an accessory like a spray gun, it just means it stops the flow of water until the new accessory is attached. Now this allows you to connect the hose to the tap. Now according to what size thread you have on your tap, you may need to remove the white adapter. All this does is just reduces the size of this connector to fit over a smaller tap. So for my tap I need the adapter removed, and then I just screw it on by turning clockwise, and only do it up hand tight, as if you over tighten it's likely to crack. Now we need to add the standard connectors to each end of the hose we cut. To do this, remove one of the nuts by rotating anti-clockwise, then place the nut over one end of the cut hose, and we need to push the hose gently into the fitting, applying a bit of pressure until you feel that it's wedged up inside. And with a new stiff hose this can take a bit of persuasion, so give it a good twist and a good push and you'll get there. Now slide the nut up onto the thread and do up hand tight. And that's one fitting done. Now just repeat the process with the other standard fitting on the other end of that hose. Now you can push one connector onto the tap, and if I whip this off the wall I can show you the other connector which is on the hose reel. Then we connect this connector onto that, and the two are now joined together. Now you want to take the main length of hose from the reel and place the red aqua stop fitting on the end. And again the process is exactly the same for this fitting. If you want to store the hose you can clip it onto the reel like this, or you can remove it and fit an accessory, which in my case is the adjustable spray nozzle. So with the tap turned on and the nozzle open, you'll see that the water will squirt out of the hose. And if I close off the nozzle by rotating clockwise, it'll stop the flow of water. Then if I pull the nozzle out of the aqua stop fitting, because of the design on the valve, the water won't keep flowing out, it'll be locked off until I put the accessory back in, at which point it reopens the valve and allows the flow of water again. So there we go, that's job done. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, can you please give it a like? If you haven't done so already, can you please subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon for regular notifications. I've been POUSE around the house. Ta-ta, farewell.